And the stage is all set for vice presidential elections as the members of both the houses of Indian Parliament vote to elect the country's next vice president on Tuesday. NDA nominee and Maharashtra Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan will face opposition's nominee and former Supreme Court Judge B. Sudarshan Reddy in this election. Voting will be held by a secret ballot at the new Parliament building. Voting will begin at 10 a.m. Indian Standard Time and will continue till 5 in the evening. Counting of votes will be held after 6 p.m. onwards. Up next, we understand the process of vice presidential election in India. We'll get to the details on your screens. Vice President is elected by an electoral college consisting of members of both the houses of Parliament. The election will be held under the system of proportional representation by means of the single transferable vote. Value of every vote cast in the vice presidential election has the same value. Presently, the lower house has 542 members and the upper house has 239 members. The electorate for the vice presidential election this time is 781 and the majority mark is 391. So we will witness the elections for the vice president today in both houses of Parliament. The stage is all set, and members of both the houses will be voting today to elect the country's next vice president. It will be a C.P. Radhakrishnan versus Sudarshan Reddy contest that will be witnessed for the post of vice president today. The voting will begin at 10 a.m. and will conclude at 5 p.m. Also, the counting of votes will be held 6 p.m. onwards. All right, our correspondent Dibendu is joining us to get us more. Dibendu, the stage is all set for the vice presidential election, though it is a little too early to contemplate, but how do we expect the day to pan out?
Well, Preeti, of course, this vice presidential election was necessitated after the resignation of the erstwhile Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar due to his health reasons. And of course, the voting will begin at 10 p.m. Both the opposition as well as the
10 a.m.
NDA
yes.
have both, I beg your pardon, it's 10 a.m. Both the opposition as well as the ruling the opposition India Alliance as well as the ruling NDA both have filed their candidates to contest. So it will be, Preeti, it's evident with the fact that the NDA candidate C.P. Radhakrishnan is going to win because they have the numbers on their side. The opposition's, candidate from the opposition side is just a mere symbolic contest, perhaps because they don't have the numbers. The opposition, the ruling NDA, perhaps has a number over 431. Given the fact that the YSRCP has also pledged support for C.P. Radhakrishnan. So therefore, this is almost a done deal, and C.P. Radhakrishnan is expected to win this election, and we'll see all the parliamentarians casting their vote starting 10 a.m. Inside the Parliament complex when the voting begins. And, the Prime Minister is also expected to cast his vote early in the morning itself when the voting begins. This we'll see, the stage is being set with, P.C. Modi, who is the chairman of the, who is the, Secretary General of the Rajya Sabha. He is the returning officer. He has made all the arrangements for the parliamentarians who will be coming to cast their vote, which begins again from 10 a.m. So therefore, it is just a mere formality contest between the India Alliance candidate and the NDA candidate C.P. Radhakrishnan. Preeti.
All right, Dibendu, for the benefit of our viewers, explain to us, the significance of the post of Vice President for the country, the duties which the 15th Vice President will perform after after the contest ends and the winner is announced and the post is not left vacant.
Preeti, the Vice President is, of course, an important post. Not that, but with the fact that the Vice President is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, he is responsible for conducting the smooth business and functioning of the upper house, which is the Rajya Sabha, and the responsibilities are clearly set in the constitution. It's a constitutional post where the vice president will be conducting the businesses, and of course, if the vice president plays an important role when, if and when the president's post is vacant, the vice president takes over, and because so that there is no constitutional crisis, and therefore this makes it more important. And of course, the most important part of the vice president's role is, as I said, is the smooth functioning of the Rajya Sabha, which is the upper house, because he's the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha, and therefore an important member in terms of the parliamentary democracy. Preeti.
All right, Dibyendu, we leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those details. So that was our correspondent Dibyendu telling us more about the contest for the post of Vice President today. The polling will be held at 10 a.m. It will begin at 10 a.m. and will continue till 5 p.m. We'll keep you updated.